Welcome back to Suncoast View. The View on ABC is celebrating 20 years of discussion and debate. And this week, the ladies were on location at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park at the Walt Disney World Resort. We got an exclusive chance to have a very fun and real chat with them. So girls, we talk all the time about, I wonder what they do about this, and I wonder what they do about that. So I asked them everything you wanted to know.
Well, I wanted to know if they ever feel like they overshare, because sometimes I give my opinion on something on a discussion we're talking about, and then I get home and I think, well, what did I just say?
Yes, I agree, yes. So what'd they say, Stephanie?
Well, we're going to find that out in a minute, but Linda, tell everyone what you asked about.
Well, when we get to the hot topics, that's the first thing we talk about every day. We have no idea what they are. Everyone is a surprise, so you say it off the top of your head, which is usually what you really think. But do they do that? Have they seen the hot topics when they go on the air?
All right, so I took all of these questions and we asked the ladies of the View. Let's take a look. Ladies, we actually do a show in Sarasota called Suncoast View, completely patterned off after you. So I need a little dish on how we should be doing things. Patterned off. Or ripped off. Ripped right off, and we shamelessly are not sorry about it. Give us advice so that we can make it to 20 years. What's the key?
The key is to not be personal. Don't say, you know, you're an idiot when they give you an opposing, you know, opinion. I've been here for 20 years, and this group gets along. That's not true of every group.
Absolutely.
20 years, this one works.
Because I can't believe that. I mean, am I crazy? Disagreeing is different than fighting. Disagreeing is what everyone does. The things that we talk about are things that we believe or feel, but it is not worth us getting into nasty relationships. That's just not what we do. And so this misnomer that goes out there, because you never hear it about men. You know, you have men don't ever seem to have the same issues women do. We don't fight, we disagree.
When you go home, do they ever feel like your family, your friends, that maybe you share too much?
Yeah, it's probably my worst fear at work, because I tend to speak stream of consciousness, so I'm always worried I'm going to end up, I know I'm an open book, but I don't feel like I should have casualties along the way, which is everyone I love the most. Yeah, my parents used to have nap time. So I try to take a pause when I know I'm going to tell a story and think about, you know, their feelings, and my mom's gotten hit a lot. They used to close that door and I believed it every time. I was like, they're resting, they're tired.
Because I feel like life is really our inspiration. I mean, that's where we're sharing real life stories and we're trying to be honest.
Okay, I have a question about hot topics. Do you like to know them in advance, or would you rather be spur of the moment once it comes out of Whoopi's mouth?
We bring them, the producers bring them,
Right.
everybody brings the things that we could or can decide to talk about. Then we say, that's what we're going to talk about. We go upstairs. We don't know what people are going to say.
Right.
That's what's spontaneous, but we know what we're going to talk about.
Right.
Does it continue afterwards? Like some of our best conversations are during commercial breaks. Who's the fun on commercial break in this crowd?
Joy.
Uh-oh, what do you do?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Come on, you must do something.
But it does continue sometimes even after we leave the table, because these topics are really interesting and they're relevant to us. And sometimes I have a thought and I may email Jed and say, gosh, what about this? And so it's a real relationship that we all have.
We take a minute and step in each other's shoes and see where we're coming from. So it's just a conversation.
They say imitation is the best form of flattery. You are being imitated on Suncoast View, so thank you for the inspiration.
Good answers to your questions.
And if we're imitating them, I think I'm Whoopi, aren't I?
Well, I did think it was interesting when they said that they sit down every day and say, okay, is there a discussion to be had here, or are we all in agreement? Because if there's no discussion in their mind, they'll just move on. Whereas sometimes it's kind of nice to be like, you know what, yeah, we are all on the same page of that. We do that in front of everybody every day without that pre-talk.
What did you think about Sarah's response to people in her lives have become casualties?
My daughter feels that way. Yes, we've discussed when she was conceived on the air and little details like
She's
that.
probably always telling you not to share anymore.
My ex-husband probably feels that way, but he doesn't tell me that, so that's good.
Haven't had any complaints.
Well, Bo Beth, I'd like to remind everybody something that you reminded us of, is that you actually started your career working with the ladies of The View.
Yes, I started 2000, I think it was, in working at The View. as a production assistant, and we would do like all of the background work. So getting all the scripts to them and doing some of the research for them, getting like some of their on location shoots set up. It was really good. It got to meet Barbara Walters and actually learn from her. At the time, Whoopi wasn't there. The only person that was there at the time was Joy. So, but she had left and came back. So, yeah, it's definitely a good experience.
What a great experience.
And does it have
like
the
full
feel?
circle.
Well, I was going to say, did it have, I mean, I know it was 17 years ago, but did it have the feel for you then that it does now, or no, because you've obviously grown?
No, you know, when I left, I was ready to go. It was one of those things that you learned, you knew that you've learned and absorbed as much as you could. And while you did learn good things, it was just like, oh, this is enough.
Right. But you took what you learned and you brought it to the side of the table.
That's true, because I did learn good things, because I love the fact that they do, when they say they actually sit there and talk, they do have these pre-meetings where there are a lot of discussions, and sometimes that, I think, should have been recorded, because they would have full-on fights there.
We asked about that.
And then when they got on set, they were already upset. So they would be mad at each other when they sat down.
Well, we asked about commercial breaks, because Linda tells the best stories often in the commercial breaks.
Thank goodness I don't embarrass my children by saying them on the. But you know, we're like that. We all sit in a row and in the newsroom, so we talk about everything. We'll get started on the show, and something will come to mind. And, yeah, but did you ever think about?
And Joey runs around yelling, "Save it for the
Yes,
show!"
this is good TV, save it. It was great to meet them. It was really a nice experience. One of the other great things that came out of that day was we got a little bit of a sneak preview of one of the big attractions that's opening at the Animal Kingdom theme park at Walt Disney World Resort.
Yes, you've probably seen the advertisements on TV. Let's take a look at what we found out.
One of the great things about the Walt Disney World Resort theme parks is that just when you think you know it, they will bring something brand new, and that's what's coming this May here in the Animal Kingdom.
What opens behind us is called Pandora, the world of Avatar, and it will open May 27th, and it's all mysterious right now. We don't even know what's back there, but what you're looking at, it's called a floating mountain. So I'm thinking soaring, flying, plunging.
All of those things are going to be in there, and just like the tip of the iceberg, this is the tip of the mountain. Everything that you loved about Avatar, in classic Walt Disney World fashion, they are going to immerse you in that world. You'll be able to shop, you'll be able to dine, there'll be science kits, action for the kids. Really, it's not just a ride, it's a whole nother section of the park.
It's an experience behind these doors, and it opens May 27th. We can't wait. I just saw the advertisement last night, too. I mean, it looks so cool. It's all everybody's talking about there.
All those nice lights. I like it.
I know.
Exactly, and you'll be able to use your magic bands.
We're going this summer.
Just saying. All right.
We're going to have to steal one of these.
Exactly. We got enough of them here. All right, coming up next, we're actually going to play a game that the ladies of The View played this week, and we're going to see how you guys do. Stay with us.